Now, for lay people, for humans and even devas, heavenly beings, to have merit or blessings is very important. One night, a deva, a heavenly being, came to see the Buddha, and he told the Buddha, he said, devas and humans all want to have blessings, merit, and devas and humans want to have a secure life, free from dangers, and to have a lot of blessings. So he asked the Buddha, how do we achieve the highest blessings? This is the Mangala Sutta. And the Buddha gave him this advice in the Mangala Sutta. So the Mangala Sutta is a very popular sutta for Buddhists, Theravada Buddhists to chant. I think most of you are familiar with the Mangala Sutta, but I will just state a few things which are important in the Mangala Sutta. The first thing the Buddha said is not to associate with fools, but to associate with wise people. Fools in the Buddha's teachings refers to people who do not know the Dhamma, who do not understand the Dhamma. Because such people who do not know the Dhamma, they conduct themselves, they lead their lives in such a way that at the end of life they will fall into the woeful plains of rebirth. That is, the animal realm or the ghost realm or the hell realm. And actually, the Buddha said in the suttas that most people will fall into the woeful plains of rebirth, which actually proves that it is not difficult to fall into the woeful plains of rebirth. Not difficult at all. If you lead your life as an ordinary person, not practicing much of the Dhamma, you will surely fall into the woeful plains of rebirth. So the Buddha has given us a lot of warning in the suttas. Once the Buddha was walking with his disciples in the forest, then he came across a very steep precipice, a very, very steep precipice that probably fell a few 100 feet down. So he asked his disciples, he said, look at this precipice, is it dangerous? They said, oh, it's definitely dangerous. Meaning that if you fall down, you will surely die. But the Buddha said, this precipice is nothing compared to the round of rebirths. Because in the round of rebirths, we fall down many times into the woeful plains. And when you fall down into the woeful plains, it is much, much, much more suffering than just falling down that precipice and dying. Because you suffer for a long, long time. So, the Dhamma is always giving us this type of warning. The only problem is people are very careless. They listen, goes in one ear, goes out the other ear. They think, oh, this is for other people. Other people don't keep precepts. I keep precept. But actually, their own precept is not very clean. Don't realize. So the Buddha said, associate with wise people. Wise people are those who understand the Dhamma and who walk the way that will bring them to rebirth in heaven, or at the very least, rebirth as a human being. And such people don't fall into the woeful plains of rebirth. Then the Buddha said, respect those who are worthy of respect. This is another thing that we should practice. Then another one is to support our parents, especially when our parents are old. We should take care of our parents. And then support wife and children, those men who have families. It's their duty to support their wife and family. And then charity or dana and sila, keeping the precepts. These two are very basic practice for a lay person. The Buddha said, if a person practices dana and sila, charity and precepts, to a very low degree, it is very likely that he or she will come back as a human being, but with not much merit. Difficult to make a living, might be born not very pretty or handsome, maybe with defects, paraplegic, and all that, half blind or something like that. Then the Buddha said, if you do these two things, dana and sila, to a medium degree, you will very likely come back as a human being, but with a lot of blessings. You are born into a good family, and it's very easy for you to earn a living, and you might be born with very beautiful or handsome features, etc., with a perfect human body, no defects, etc. And then if you observe dana and sila to a high degree, it's very likely that you'll be reborn in the heavenly planes where you enjoy life for a very, very long time. So, from here you can see, if a person does not practice these two things, charity and keeping the precepts, then it is very likely that he will not get a human body again. He will be reborn as an animal or a ghost or even in the hell realms. Now another quality to practice, the Buddha said, that will give you blessings is humility, humbleness, humility. Another one is meekness, not being fierce, meekness, being very docile, not fierce at all. Then another quality is gratitude. Gratitude especially to our parents, to our teachers, to people who help us in any way, who teach us, etc. Then another one is contentment. Contentment comes from inside, Contentment does not mean if I have so much money, if I become a millionaire, I'll be contented. But when you become a millionaire, you think of becoming a billionaire. So you are never contented. So if we are contented, then whatever we get in life, we think, that's due to our karma. Must be, previous life I didn't do enough good, that's why I'm not so successful today. So we accept what comes. Then we hope that by walking the good path now, we will have a better life in future. Another one is forbearance. Forbearance is to be patient with whatever comes our way. Be patient with how people treat you. Sometimes people are not good to us. We think, why should this person be like this to me? I've been so good to him in the past. If that person is not good to you, it must be your karma. So, if we understand the working of karma, then whatever people do to us, behave towards us, we can bear it because we understand it's all due to karma. The Buddha said, karma, whatever we get now, we are born in a certain family or in a certain status in life, etc. All this is due to karma, and every day whatever we get is also due to karma supporting us. Another way to get blessing is to visit monks and learn the Dhamma from monks. Another one is listening to the Dhamma, either through a monk or through tape talks or through the internet. Nowadays from the internet also you can get a lot of Dhamma, or through books, etc. But of course if you study the Dhamma, the best Dhamma is the original discourses of the Buddha found in the Nikayas. Then discussion of Dhamma. Sometimes when you all study the Dhamma, there are certain things that you don't understand. But when you discuss the Dhamma with others, then you may understand better. So you find that the Buddha's disciples, they used to come together in the evening when the sun set, after meditating most of the day. Then when the sun set, they would come together and they would discuss the Dhamma. Even Arahants would discuss the Dhamma. Doesn't mean, a person is an Arahant or he knows enough Dhamma. The Buddha's disciples, whether they were Arahants or not, they used to discuss the Dhamma every night.